The world of aviation is on the brink of a revolution, and the Cirrus Vision SF50 is leading the charge. With its sleek lines and advanced technology, this single-engine jet is rewriting the rules of personal aviation, challenging the status quo and soaring above the competition, from the cockpit to the cabin. The Cirrus Vision SF50 is a triumph of innovation, delivering an unparalleled flying experience that will leave you breathless. But what about the real cost of owning this beauty? From sky-high insurance premiums to unexpected maintenance expenses, we'll take a deep dive into the true cost of owning a Cirrus Vision SF50. But before we dive into that, let's just take a glance at what this jet has to offer. Overview. The Cirrus Vision SF50 is a groundbreaking single-engine personal jet that turns heads and sets new aviation standards. This airplane, designed and produced in the United States, is a tribute to American ingenuity and invention and a symbol of the country's commitment to pushing the limits of what is possible. The SF50 includes modern avionics and control systems, including a cockpit with an integrated touchscreen display, fly-by-wire controls, and a digital autopilot. The aircraft is powered by a Williams FJ33-5A turbofan engine with a top speed of around 400 miles per hour and a range of up to 1,380 miles. The SF50, with a maximum height of 31,000 feet, can fly above most weather situations while delivering a smooth, comfortable journey for its passengers. But it is the Cirrus Vision SF50's safety features that really set it apart. In the case of an emergency, the aircraft is equipped with a cutting-edge parachute system that can safely lower the entire aircraft to the ground. This groundbreaking technology has already saved lives and is a significant selling feature for the SF50. Now that you do know about the jet, let's look at the costs. Purchase and hourly cost. Now, depending on the specific design and options chosen, a brand new Cirrus Vision SF50 can cost anywhere from $2.2 million to $3 million. The SF50's high cost of ownership puts it in the same class as the world's most expensive private jets. Yet, that's not the end of the expenses. The fuel, maintenance, and crew costs, which we'll look at later, add up quickly every hour while operating a Cirrus Vision SF50. The estimated hourly cost of operating an SF50 falls somewhere between $1,300 and $1,800 depending on the exact aircraft and operational conditions. Fuel costs. If you look at the fuel costs, the Cirrus Vision SF50 is propelled by a single turbofan engine manufactured by Williams International and designated as FJ33-5A. The engine is capable of producing up to 1,800 pounds of thrust, which enables the aircraft to reach top cruise speeds of 396 miles per hour and have a range of around 1,380 miles. When traveling at its top speed, the SF50 has a fuel consumption rate that is equivalent to around 85 gallons per hour. This would result in a fuel expenditure of around $425 per hour of flying it if it were to be incurred in the United States at the current time. As of March 2023, when fuel costs in the United States are around $5 per gallon for Jet A fuel. For instance, the flight time required to travel from Los Angeles to New York, which is approximately 2,842 miles in distance, would be approximately 7.5 hours. Considering the fuel cost associated with this scenario, the one-way journey would cost around $3,187.50. Well, now that you know about its purchase price and fuel costs, let's look at what it would cost you for the insurance. Insurance costs. Another significant factor to consider while purchasing and operating a Cirrus Vision SF50 is insurance expenses. Insurance costs for the SF50 can be fairly high due to the high value of the aircraft and the major dangers involved in operating a personal jet. The actual cost of insurance will be determined by a number of criteria, including the aircraft's value, your level of experience as a pilot, your safety record, and the individual insurance company you choose. According to industry experts, insurance prices for the Cirrus Vision SF50 can range from $30,000 to $50,000 per year, depending on these criteria. This cost can be much higher for less experienced pilots or those with a history of accidents or safety violations. It's also worth noting that insurance costs can vary depending on the coverage levels and deductibles you select. It is advised that SF50 owners engage closely with a licensed aviation insurance broker to verify that they are acquiring the coverage they require at a reasonable price. Lastly, the insurance cost is only one issue to consider when considering whether the Cirrus Vision SF50 suits you. It is critical to consider the costs and benefits of ownership carefully and to collaborate with qualified specialists to ensure that you have the assistance and resources you need to fly your aircraft safely and ethically. Pilot costs. Another key item to consider while owning and operating a Cirrus Vision SF50 is pilot costs. Because of the aircraft's advanced technology and high performance capabilities, it is critical to have a competent and experienced pilot at the controls. The actual cost of a pilot will be determined by several criteria, including a pilot's level of experience, training, certification, frequency of flights, and trip length. According to industry experts, the average cost of employing a professional pilot for a Cirrus Vision SF50 can range from $75,000 to $150,000 per year, depending on these criteria. This cost can be significantly higher for pilots with vast experience or specialized credentials. It is worth noting that some SF50 owners prefer to become qualified pilots to fly the plane themselves. This, however, necessitates a major time and financial investment and continual training and certification requirements. Well, don't want the burden that comes with owning a jet? You can as well choose a subscription to the jet. Subscription costs. There are subscription expenses involved with owning and running a Cirrus Vision SF50. In addition to the initial purchase or lease cost, fuel costs, maintenance and repair costs, insurance payments, and pilot costs. The Cirrus Jet Cirrus Airframe Parachute System, or CAPS for short, and avionics subscriptions are two of the most critical subscriptions for SF50 owners. In the case of an emergency, the CAPS subscription grants access to the Emergency Deployment System, which can deploy a parachute to drop the entire aircraft to the ground. The avionics membership grants access to the most recent software and database upgrades for the most advanced avionics system on the aircraft. CAPS and avionics subscription costs vary based on the aircraft and usage patterns. Depending on your needs, you can pick an on-demand subscription at $95 and a different pick of 4 weeks that ranges from $95 to $1,195. Regardless of the cost, owning an SF50 provides unsurpassed luxury and speed for personal or professional travel. If you're ready to pay the price, you'll have a cutting-edge personal jet with superior performance and safety. Remember that when you're flying high in your SF50, your credit card bill could be the only thing higher than your altitude. But hey, it's worth it, right? Have you enjoyed this video and are you thirsty for more? Make sure to check out the $9 million Beechcraft King Air 360 Turboprop Tour by clicking on this video here, and I'll see you there.